Hello there, Pisces. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast. This forecast is for the week of March 14th through the 20th. We are going to be pulling one card for each day to get the major themes coming up for the week. I do want to say thank you to all of you for your patience as I missed a couple of weeks as I was moving. And thank you to those of you who helped make that move possible. You all are absolutely amazing. I do have the best clients in the whole wide world. You guys might have heard me say that before. And I say it because it's true. So let's continue putting your cards down and get to some predictions for you, Pisces. So we're going to start with the weekend. And so Saturday we have the Queen of Arrows, kind of an unusual card to think of about you. And then we have the Knight of Vessels on Sunday. So Queen of Arrows to me just tells me that on Saturday you guys are being very logical. You've basically got your business cap on. You're taking care of business. So, oops, I forgot to turn my timer off. Excuse me. So you're taking care of business, making sure that whatever you're responsible for on Saturday is running smoothly. Good for you. I love it. And then on Sunday, we have the Knight of Vessels. And the Knight of Vessels is interesting in this deck. He means a little something different than he does in most other decks. This talks about doing some solution seeking on Sunday and looking at opportunities for a solution, maybe in different places than what most people would generally look at. So being more open-minded about what kinds of solutions would be able to help you with whatever you're solution seeking around on Sunday. Now let's take a look at your weekdays. I'm going to go through each card and then we're going to go back and talk about them all. So on Monday we have the Knight of Arrows showing up in reverse. Tuesday is followed by the Knight of Stones, also in reverse. Wednesday is the Seer. Very nice, very nice. And Thursday is the Three of Vessels, or Joy, showing up in reverse. And we have on Friday the Shaman, also showing up in reverse. Okay, so let's look at the week. I really like that middle of the week for you guys. That's probably my favorite card for you guys so far. Looking at Monday, we have the Knight of Arrows here in reverse. Knight of Arrows tells me that there's some kind of confusion going on and you're having a hard time really sorting through that confusion. You're trying to make a decision, but you kind of need more information, basically, is what this says. And so I don't think you're making a decision just yet. Excuse me. I think you're waiting until more information becomes clear and you can feel more confident with that decision. So you may not make that decision on Monday, although kind of working on it, you're chewing it around in your mind at least, and if not, talking about it with other people. Tuesday, we have the Knight of Stones coming up in reverse. You could be doing a little bit of impulse spending on Tuesday, Pisces. Knight of Stones in reverse just talks about this idea that we're taking the budget and we're treating it in a way that it doesn't like. So we could be doing impulse spending. We could be doing something where we're not bringing in the finances that we need to keep that budget covering everything else. So something like that is going on. And so, you always want to be working on how can I make that up later, have a backup plan if you catch yourself breaking the budget. How are you going to fix it? Next, we're looking at Wednesday. Wednesday, Pisces, you have the Seer card. I really like this card for any water sign, but especially for you, Pisces. It just talks about that you're paying attention to your intuition. And on Wednesday, your intuition is sort of playing a big role for the day. So you definitely want to be paying attention to it so that you can have that natural advantage of having those strong gut instincts or those intuitive hits to help you move forward in life that, people who don't pay attention to their intuition just don't have. Now, looking at Thursday, Three of Vessels showing up in reverse. By the way, Sacred Spirit is nudging me to say, if you want mentoring so that you can tap into your own intuition more easily and harness it, I do offer that. Now let's move on. 3 of Cups in reverse basically says that you've got a friend that is kind of getting on your nerves on Thursday, maybe even jumping up and down on your last nerve, but somebody is being annoying, and maybe even a little more than annoying is what I'm hearing. It's not the end of the world, it's just an aggravation. Let's look at Friday. Here we have the Shaman card showing up in reverse. So Shaman card showing up in reverse is something we don't like to see, but it's also kind of an easy fix whenever we have it because there's advice that comes with this automatically. The Shaman card on Friday in reverse basically is saying that you're trying to manifest something, but it seems like you're doing all the things you know to do to make things happen, but you feel like you're beating your head against the wall and nothing is moving forward. Okay? So the advice with the Shaman card is basically that you're trying to do whatever this is by yourself. And so instead of trying to be the person doing this by yourself, it's a good idea to remember to get spirit involved in this situation. Ask them for the assist. You know, whether you do that with ceremony or drumming or candle magic or prayers or whatever you do to get spirit involved in your situation, you want to do that. When you catch yourself beating your head against the wall, not understanding why you're stuck and not moving forward, then it's time to check in. Wait a second, did I bring spirit into this situation, or am I trying to do this by myself? And if you're trying to do it just with your physical self, it's time to bring spirit in. Okay? And then watch how things start to fall into place, almost like magic. Kind of amazing. Anyway, that's what we have for you this week, Pisces. Thank you very much for being here. If I don't see you for a reading, a Reiki session, a mentoring session sometime this week, then I'll see you guys back on the next video. Peace out.